good, you guys? It's Boomer and Jared watching Bali Star. Now today, we're doing a video that I don't usually do. This is called Arab Women Are Leaving Their Racist Culture to Be with Black Men. I thought this was an interesting topic. Seems that I guess this wokeness, or as I would call awareness, because woke is just shallow version of people just really just being more aware of you know worldwide type things, you feel me? And cultures are starting to change all across the world. This is a good depiction of it. Arab women leaving their racist culture to be with black men. Now, all of it might not change, but who knows what could happen over time. But I just thought this was very interesting. So, yeah, let's see what's going on. Let's get straight on into it. Let's go.
It is Wild Wednesday, and I'm going to get wild and offensive with my videos because I think it's time somebody digs deep into our culture and into our people to figure out what is going on upstairs with our women. Divorce is on the rise more than ever among Middle Easterns, whether they live in the Middle East or abroad. And just like we saw among westernized countries like America, when the women became independent is when the family structures collapsed. They collapsed to the point where now women are waking up and saying, you know what? I want a home again. I want my kids to have a healthy home. Well, the Middle Easterns are not there. We are at the point where we are collapsing because not only are women independent asking for a divorce, but we also have culture shock. A lot of our women are extremely spoiled. Yes, I said it. A lot of our women are extremely spoiled, and the men cannot keep up. What is happening with our women? We went from a point where Arab men used to tell each other, marry her young, so you can raise her your way, which is not right either. Come to find out, you cannot raise a woman because we get to a point where we know what we want. And did you guys know that 70% of divorces are initiated by women? And of those women, 90% of them are college educated. Are they sick of the abuse and they want out because they know they can support themselves? Or do they no longer want to make the sacrifice for their marriage? Let's talk about it.
You know, all these non-black women, they really want a black man. They don't want to deal with their own race of men. Because the people who are racist, like the Indian, the Arab.
You know, it's crazy. I was talking with my homie the other day about this. He said a lot. Well, this is also kind of known much by us black people, that a lot of other non-black people want to be us, but they don't want to be us. Okay, this is a well-known saying amongst people that are black. They like our culture, but they don't want to be in our shoes, in our skin. They want to wear our shoes, but they don't want to be the person in those shoes. He said the reason why that is because our culture holds the most freedom. Other cultures, like the Arab culture, you have arranged marriages. Like she said, you got to marry her young, the woman will abide by you by any means and such. In the JEW culture, you have to go certain church-like ceremonies and celebrate certain holidays, you have to, you know what I'm saying? In Japanese, Indian, and I'm talking straight from India, Indian culture, and most other Asian cultures, they put a certain stigma that hey, you have to go to school, get good grades, so that way you can become a professor, a scientist, a doctor, you have to do that, otherwise you're a failure to the family. There's a certain stereotype and stigma to that, stereotyping which other races, see them. That's in terms of stereotype, and stigma in terms of them, like actually withholding that type of thinking and culture. Um, and it's like they love our culture as black people because we don't do any of that, bro. Like our culture holds the most freedom to do what you want to do, which is why you have so many people saying the N word. You know what I'm saying? But that aside, we hold the most freedom to do whatever we want. Like in terms of like race culture, like even being white holds some stigma to it. Being Arabian holds some stigma to it. Being Mexican definitely holds some stigma to it. Being Asian holds some stigma to it. Hell, even being an Eskimo holds some stigma to it. Being Native American holds a stigma to it. But black people, like, we don't really have a certain stigma, because it's like we held the freedom to express ourselves because we were so what do they call it, so distraught or so. We were so deprived of expressing ourselves from back in the slavery days, so that way we made ways of expressing ourselves against being like deprived and such, like making our own music, our own food, and just like holding like a certain freedom to us in our minds and expressing ourselves to where it goes till today. It's like we do that so much, and other people look at us and be like, I want that, so they take that, what I'm saying, and they conform it to their own, to where it's like they make it a certain thing called cool. They make it cool to like do the black culture thing and turn it around, which is what you see mostly on TikTok. What I'm saying? Like this is a certain well, I wouldn't say theory, but a certain type of like aspect which they do on TikTok is like white TikTokers would see what's happening in the black culture, like certain dances, and then they would do it on their TikToks, and they'll get so much views from it, while people were thinking, wow, that's so cool, what I'm saying? Like, he started that. No, he took that from watching black TikToks, a person dancing up on black TikTok and making it his own. But because, I ain't gonna lie, TikTok, like, kind of segregated in a way, but like all social medias, what I'm saying, they make it cater to your algorithm, what I'm saying. So if you watch mostly white TikToks, what I'm saying, like Starbucks and all that type of stuff, you're gonna see like white TikTokers doing what what they took from a dance in black TikTok. But you never seen the black TikTok because you don't have that type of algorithm. And you're going to see this and be like, whoa, that's cool. Like, did he just start that? Not even caring that he didn't, but you see that as cool, and, that starts to blow up. And so, like, they just see us like having the most fun, having the most freedom in expressing ourselves, and they want our culture the most because we don't have no stigma to our culture. Unless you're African, we don't tell our kids, we do. Of course we do. We tell our kids that grow up to get good grades in school, and, so you can grow up and be somebody important. We don't say who, like a doctor or a scientist or doctor, scientist, professor, any of those, But we do say like, try to get good grades in school so that way you can be somebody important, you know? But it's like that's not pressed on that issue as much as other cultures. It's more pressed just, just to have the freedom to do what we want. And again, they look at us and be like, I want that. Now, I want that without being like them. Like, I'm thankful I'm not like them, but I can still do what they do. You know what I'm saying? I want to do what they do. You feel me? So it's kind of crazy that, like, this is being brought up now.
Non-black women, they really want a black man. They don't want to deal with their own race of men, because the people who are racist, like the Indian, the Arab, the Latino, who tell their daughters not to date black guys or their sons not to date black girls, they have the most problems in their relationships. That's right. That's the reason why they have to be racist, to try and keep their daughters or their sons away from dating black people, because that's who they truly desires and wants to be with. If not, why would you have to teach them to be like that? If you didn't think they will sleep with a black guy, why do you have to teach them or train them to be racist? You're doing that out of fear. So that's what you must understand, that these racist groups, they really want to date a black guy or a black female.
You know what I hear a lot of Middle Eastern guys saying these days? They're like, I don't want to marry an Arabic girl because I have to pay for the wedding, and then she wants a wedding planner. She's going to spend hours explaining to the wedding planner what she wants when she can just call the florist and send her a picture off of Pinterest and it's done. Then she wants me to buy the house that she wants me to hire an interior decorator for when she's a professional shopper and she's in the same stores that the interior decorator is going to be at anyways. And then, fast forward, she's going to divorce me and take half of everything anyways. I might as well marry a white girl that's going to pay for everything with me. That way, when she divorces me, it's her cut anyways. She earned it. She paid for it. Why do I need an Arabic girl? And on top of the Arabic girl's going to bring me, her mother and her sister's going to be at my house all day, but then my parents are never going to be at my house because it's not comfortable for her. Your mom is too opinionated, but her mom's not opinionated. Makes sense, right?
You see, now, another thing you must understand about dating Arabs is that they are used to being spoiled, or they like being spoiled. Why you think their men have to make sure they have money? They have to open up stores in black hoods and black communities. Because if they don't have the money, they're not sticking around. And that's why other groups of people, they focus so much on not supporting black businesses. They don't want black men to have money. They like to see you in poverty. Because like that, you won't be able to take their women. You understand? That's why they don't support black businesses. But Arabs, they like guys with money. They want to be spoiled. Just like Asian, white. These other groups, if you're a black guy, long as you have a good job or you're making good money, you can't sleep with them.
I highly recommend marrying black men. A lot of Arab and brown women are reaching out and they're trying to find black men. And I say black men are kind. They're very secure in their masculinity. They're also gentle. They're also not like I see this a lot in the Arab community because they grew up in it. Men get very shy that their women are out there, or their women work, or their woman does something. And black men are very chill and secure about it. Like, she's on her deen, she's respecting herself. I'm not going to feel shy about this. And that's a huge cultural difference that I definitely appreciate from marrying a black man. So do yourself a favor, ladies. Find yourself a black man.
Well, Islam is also like, a black culture thing as well. You know what I'm saying? Look at Malcolm X and all that. Well, well, well.
You should leave America. Did you know that a 2-bedroom apartment in the hood in America is $2,000, whereas rent in the UK in the hood is £400? You guys are tripping. And if you're wondering, why does this girl live in the hood? I've lived in a safe neighborhood my whole life. It is boring. But when you live in the hood, it is so freaking exciting. Like yesterday, my neighbor accused me of breaking into her car. And I was like, wow, she thinks I could break into her car? I'm belonging.
And again, this plays into the excitement, the freedom of our culture, because, you know, black people were like practically placed in the hood, you know what I'm saying, and in terms of us living like that. So that way, you know, like, we don't live in safer neighborhoods and such, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't mean that black people don't live in safer neighborhoods, but, you know, we were placed in those, like, what they call the hood, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, again, the way it is, it's like most people will look at that and see it as exciting, bro. Not knowing that, like, yo, we were not really meant to live like that, bro. We were forcibly placed there under certain circumstances, specific circumstances. But people will see that as exciting and yeah.
Cookie, there's someone staring at me.
Who's staring at you?
That one.
Who?
That one.
This guy?
Are you sure?
Are you positive? Is this
You.
Yeah, you're such a loser.
You.
I didn't like you.
Before we go any further,
What is it?
I didn't like you.
Before we go any further, let me just clarify something real quick. For all you racist Latinos, Arabs, and Indians who have something to say about these videos, and you think I'm making these videos because I'm upset, because I'm trying to get black men to get with non-black females, and you're saying that I think you're racist because you don't approve of that, you're right. You damn right. Of course, yes. That's what I want. That's what we want. Yes, we want to sleep with your females. Because anytime you can sleep with ours, we should be able to sleep with yours as well. Damn right I'm upset. Yeah, I am, yes.
A lot of Arab and brown Muslim women
Oh,
always
double
reach out
down.
to me and ask me, how do I tell my parents about the black man that I'm interested in? There's a lot of Muslim women out there that are Arab and brown, and they don't know how to come and talk to their parents about the man that they're interested in simply because he's black. Simply because their parents have iterated to them again and again and again, no black men, no black men. They'll even be like, if they're Arab, they'll be like, okay, any other Arab country is fine. And if they're Desi, they'll be like, okay, any other Desi kind of is fine. But like, what?
Well, if they say Somalian
Like,
or
how are they even determining the
Eritrean,
value of a
Ethiopian
man
or something.
by his skin color? That's not Islam. So if you're having trouble and you don't know how to reach out to your parents, go to marriageshalal.com. We'll try to help you out. You can book a consultation with us. But at the end of the day, you can go anywhere and you can talk to anyone and you can open up the Quran for yourself. There is nowhere that
Wait, how she
says
say
you
it?
and you can talk to anyone and you can open up the Quran for yourself.
Quran.
There is nowhere that says you need to obey your parents if they are straight out doing something that is un-Islamic. And preventing you from marrying a Muslim man just because of his skin color is un-Islamic. So shut that down. Respectfully say no and, do your thing.
At the moment, it is the African's decade.
Yeah, it is. You're not winning right now.
Bro, there's not one Arab girl that's not married to a black guy. One.
Yeah, we're moving in. We're moving in. At the moment,
Moving in.
it is the African's decade.
You're going to get this started off.
Bro, there's not one
Nah.
Arab girl that's not married to a black guy. One.
Yeah, we're moving in. We're moving in.
Now listen up here and pay attention closely. And her affection for black men, she's a real Arab female, okay? So most likely she will marry herself a black man.
Ask Petty Tupac. I made this post and some people disagree. I'll read it to you. Okay, black men who associate with more Arab women do better than other black men because we provide something black women can't, like submissiveness to parent households, no attitude. We don't date men for purses. We know when to be quiet. We don't want praise for being wild and ratchet, and we have real hair. No offense, but it's the truth. Like, I don't know. Someone please explain.
Y'all don't even know how often this happens in Arab families. It's insane. When I was younger, we were told that if any of our siblings...
Now, me personally, I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you wear a wig, that's cool. Now, I just personally need to see the hair under the wig. You know what I'm saying? Just need to see what that's like. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can tolerate. You know what I'm saying? I'll be like, oh, okay. Yeah, it's cool. You know what I'm saying? It's like that. You know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't really care about hair like that. You know what I'm saying? But I know when a chick wearing a wig, and I'll just be like, hey, let me see your real hair real quick. And, yeah. You know what I'm saying? It really depends on the person.
Got married to a black person, that we were going to be disowned for life.
Because it's like, you know, some people with like luscious hair still wear wigs because it's like what, they want to dress up for Halloween, or they want to go out with a different colored wig, or hey, they just like the wig, you feel me? So it's like, yeah.
It's insane. When I was younger, we were told that if any of our siblings got married to a black person, that we were going to be disowned for life.
So you heard it from the horse's mouth. An Arab girl, she said they will be disowned if they was to marry a black guy. Now, the crazy thing about this is that these are the people who black people are giving their money. They hate your guts. They're the same like these racist Latinos. They can't stand you. I haven't been to an Arab or Latino corner store in damn near 5 years because I don't want to give them my money and I want them to close down.
And I have family members that have married someone black and have been disowned from other family members for life. Gotten side-eyed at family events. Talked shit about by all the aunties. Meanwhile, their 70-year-old husband is looking for his third wife. Like, come on now.
Because racism is still very much alive in the Muslim Ummah. Racism has not been eradicated. In fact, the only people that don't face racism in the Muslim Ummah are people that have the skin color like me or lighter. Brown Muslims don't face racism, so they say it doesn't exist. They say there's no racism in Islam because I don't face it. Black Muslims are saying that they're facing racism from brown Muslims, so we gotta believe them. And number one, we need to stop it.
Alright, you guys, so that was Arab women are leaving their racist culture to be with black men, bro. Hey, man, like I said in the beginning, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, the internet is really changing things, you know what I'm saying? Even if not a lot, who knows what can happen over time, you know? Y'all let me know your thoughts about all of this down in the comment section down below. You already know it's Boomer and Jared watching Bali Star. Make sure to leave a like, support the video if you enjoy, subscribe if you're new, and I'm going to catch y'all in the next one, 100. Boom! Yeah.